made up. We're snuggling and cuddling now.
What is going on in my life? I'm never sitting next to an interview with you guys again, I think. Like, this is it.
But you're a cat guy, and it's good to get a cat guy finally in the FreakNation, Holmes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cat daddy. Like I was trying to I don't know if you can see it, but I was trying to wear my Kaulig Racing shirt and represent the team. But if I knew we were gonna have this discussion, I do have a cat daddy shirt. So, it's hey, I'm a lover of animals. Okay, and Mr. Tickles was under a dumpster when he was like 8 weeks old, and now he's a superstar. So,
well, what's the problem? What's the problem with people like Statman and Alex Bowman that just can't share any love with cats?
They're cold-hearted. I mean, that's really about it.
Wait a minute.
They have cold-hearted issues, and they try to play it off as like, oh, I just like dogs, but you're cold-hearted, so that's fine. Like, but you know what? People like us, Kenny, me, our warm hearts have to average out the cold-hearted non-cat people and try to bring love into this world, and that's what we do. So I think we really should be celebrated.
We can sit here and throw barbs at each other for the rest of the night, but when you compare me to the Twitterverse, that's too much. I thought we were friends, AJ. We've been friends a long time, but you dropped that Twitter word on me, and now I wonder about our friendship for the last 20 years.
Ouch.
Oh, so that's where we draw the line now. You throw down on me for having a cat, but I throw the T word out, and that's it. That's where we draw the line.
That's it. That changes everything.
Literally, all this stuff that we've talked about over the last 20 years and all this, that's where we draw the line now.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I mean, not only do you diss me by coming into my state and not contacting me, but then you call me the T word, and it makes it worse. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, what am I supposed to do? You were there when we gave the head of CART the blues, and you sat there and looked at us and thought that we were crazy, and now you're proving it.
Proving that we're crazy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, all of us are insane, but that's another issue.
Wow, that right there is the most truthful statement you'll ever make in your life, is that we are all crazy. Yes, yep. I agree with you on that. We can disagree on the cat and dog thing, but we will agree on that all of us are crazy.
Well, we're talking with AJ Allmendinger, of course, winner at Mid-Ohio in the Xfinity Series. And I got to say, you brought up the T word. I'm going to keep the T word conversation going because on Twitter, there's a picture of you and Michael Shank. You just mentioned in this interview how you like milk. People are wondering, with your connections with Michael Shank.
Like, in my mind, I think it will probably never happen again. But there's a lot of things that I said will never happen again that have happened. So, more than anything, just going back and seeing them win the race last week, like, I literally was shaking in tears, like, because that's how much I love Mike Shank and what he means to me, what Meyer Shank Racing as a whole is meant to my life, but especially Mike Shank and his wife, Mary Beth, like, amazing. And I just kept texting him, like, you're an Indianapolis 500 winner now, with Helio on top of it 4 times. So, and then with that, just to show, like, talking to Mike and how much I love him, but, like, in return, he shows up when he should be doing probably a whole lot of partying, which he has done, but still he comes to Mid-Ohio, comes to a racetrack when he doesn't have to watch me race in an Xfinity race. Like, that's the relationship that we have together, and I mean, I'm just so proud of him. Like, that's legend. I mean, he is a legend, and it's legendary to go win that race. And I mean, just absolutely amazing.
Okay, so you said never say never. So is the answer maybe above 50% yes, please?
I mean, we'll just leave it right at 50. How about that? If that makes sense.
That still leaves the door open. So I think fans will enjoy hearing that, because your last go with the 500, let's just remind people, if it wasn't for a seatbelt accident, or not accident, but just a seatbelt issue, who knows what would have happened? You were right up there.
That's true. I mean, it is very true. With that said, love what I'm doing right now, being a part of Kaulig Racing. But that's the thing. Like, there's so many times I've said, never, it's never going to happen again or whatever, and it happens. So, in the famous words of Lloyd Christmas, so you're saying there's a chance, whatever that chance is.
Can you compete with a big boy team in the big boy series of NASCAR? Have you lost a step?
When did you start throwing down? I mean, like this, Kenny, was it the old comment? Like, wow, like this got hard quick.
Well, people are gonna think I'm soft. I went cats early, so I had to come hard with some Q&A, bro.
All right, Geraldo. Let's just calm it down for a minute. All right. To answer your question, straight up, yes. I
want to know what Kenny's getting at with thinking Kaulig Racing can't hack it in the Xfinity series.
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
It's kind of what you insinuated.
Listen, no, you can go out with truck races, Xfinity races, freaking ARCA West, East, North, South, North Central, all day damn long, AJ. Go compete against Kyle Larson, Elliott, Truex, and every other happy bastard and win.
I'm working on that. We got a part-time Cup schedule. I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I mean, just because you can't compete with Jim Rome right now, you don't have to take it out on me. I got you. Like I get you.
Jim Rome, you are old, man. If that's your reference, Jim Rome.
Well, I mean,
reaction.
Well, to go back to, does he have anything to prove? I think it was either Kenny or Stat. No, it was Kenny that asked you that, AJ. Does Kyle Larson, or do you think that Kyle Larson feels like he has something to prove? He's been a badass driver his entire career. But with the controversy that went on last year and him being out of the seat, at least in the Cup Series, do you think that maybe to the fans, maybe to the series, maybe to sponsors, he feels like he has to prove something and say, I'm back and I'm better than ever?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, Crash, for everybody, there's different motivations that you have. It's like what I say about me, like I don't feel like I got to prove myself to anybody. Now, every day that I get in a race car, no matter what car that is, I have to prove myself to myself. And that's what I've always lived off of. And that's something that I really take pride of every time I get in the race car. Like I said, the people that are working on that race car for me, like I want to prove myself to me so I can show them that, like, you know what, I can still go out there and wheel the race car because of all the hard work that the men and women do on that race car. So each person's different, and I would never speculate on what Kyle Larson feels like he has to do.
True.
I mean, to me, he's one of the most badass drivers I've ever seen. So to me, he doesn't have to prove anything, but for him, maybe he does. But that's for him to answer that.
Well, whatever it takes. I mean, it's just fun watching him this year, obviously. What is your biggest motivation then? I know you say you don't feel like you have to prove anything to anybody, but you enjoy proving to yourself day in and day out that you got this no matter what. Kind of like what Helio said after winning 500 last week. No pressure. I just am doing this for myself and knowing that, hey, we got this. I got this. So what is your biggest motivation when you get in the cockpit?
Just to go try to be better every race. Like it's what it's about, and I mean it really is. Like I truly care about what the men and women at Kaulig Racing, when I'm driving their cars, think about me, because I see all the blood, sweat, and tears that they put into it. So I just want to give everything I have, and it's like in Mid-Ohio on Saturday. Matt Kaulig, that's his Super Bowl. So I wanted to go out there and show that I could go win it, and thank him for allowing me to be in his race car by doing it the best way possible, winning his home race. So those moments are really special. And at the end of the day, I don't know how much longer. I hope I'm do it for many more years, but you never know when the last win's win, and got to really enjoy it.
If you only knew what the hell's happening right now, all right?
Like inside your head, I don't know.
Right I'm wearing pants. Wearing pants, and it's 105 degrees outside.
I hope Crash gets to leave out of there and go back to the pool.
Hey, watching Helio at his age win his 4th Indy 500, is it as monstrous as we make it to be, or not?
God, yes. I mean, that's American history that just happened, and mean, it's for Helio, especially because to me, like being with Team Penske the whole time, and you think that ride's over, and okay, maybe Helio's not really going to get the chance to go win 4, and then to do it with Mike Shank, that's, I mean, in the IndyCar game, still fairly, I mean, for the most part, brand new, being there for a couple of years, and everybody knows what talent that Helio has at the Indy 500, but he wouldn't have been the betting favorite going in that race. Even to me, probably even in the top 5, top 6. But went out there and he showed what it's all about. So to me, it's a huge deal, and we should show the love and support of that, because I mean it's history that was being made.
Well, it's incredible. I think it's just a case of us being such freaking homers of drivers that we like. I got caught up in it. I cried. I mean, that's just what I do now. Is I just cry.
Yeah. I can understand that. Yeah.
I just cry. But is it a bigger deal for Helio or for Michael Shank?
Well, I mean, I think when it comes to the outlook of history of motorsports, it's a bigger deal for Helio, because I mean, there's only been now 4 people that have done that, and I think he's going to have a chance for 5, and that's something that hasn't happened in a long, long time. So in the history of motorsports, for sure, it's a bigger deal for Helio. But, I mean, if you bring Mike Shank on right now, Mike's probably going to say it's just a big deal for his race team. So it's the Indy 500. If you're a part of that win, it's history no matter what.
What's the biggest deal in AJ Allmendinger's racing career? Was it your first road course win in Cup? Was it 4 in a row in Champ Car? I mean, you've had some big moments. What do you rank up there as number 1?
In my heart, it will always be Rolex. Because,
of course.
Because it was, for so many years, Mike Shank and I, and Oz, and John, and Justin, I mean, like, in certain ways, whether we were driving together or on the team in separate cars, we tried to win that damn race for so long. And I mean, I remember in 2011, we had an issue happen, and Mike looked at me and said, man, if you want to go somewhere else, like, you're more than welcome to. Like, you deserve to win this race. And I told him, shut the hell up. Like, we're going to win this race or die trying. And to be able to win it together, and then obviously a couple years later with Justin's passing, and just to experience that as a group, and a pure joy. It was something that I always figured I'd be so pumped up driving into victory lane or walking into victory lane at Daytona winning the Rolex. But what it meant, not for me at the moment, like what it meant for Oz and John and Justin, and especially for Mike, like I took more joy in that than I ever thought I could really enjoy. And to share that together, and to know that those moments will never go away in my heart, like that to me will always be the biggest race.
Well, the good news is, AJ,
I'm concerned, dude. Look at this, man. We got a little Brokeback Champ car going here. You and Tracy in the same little blanket. Look at Shulo over here, man. He's got Brandon. He's got the old Champ car girl here. What's the story in the hierarchy, man?
Well, I mean, I just wanted to establish this year after the Mexico City incident with me and PT that, we're not having a rivalry here. We've made up. We're snuggling and cuddling now.
What is going on in my life? I'm never saying this in an interview with you guys again, I think. Like, this is it. Like, at least if Kenny's on, like Statman and Crash, I don't need to. You're not in that group. Like, we can do that. We can do our interviews separate.
What did he say? Brokeback Champ car.
That is all that will be seen from that G5 footage, by the way.
Yeah.
That is it.
Looks like the Green 87 is in for an unscheduled pit stop.
It looks like an oil leak, Billy.
For more on the situation,
Let's throw it to Mom in the pits.
Well, the Green 87 is in trouble, but it has a long history of finishing strong. So what's your game plan?
What the 87 driver knows is that StopLeak has special additives that renews worn seals, reduces engine noise, and oil consumption to protect your engine.
Lucas Oil. It works.